Like I said, you can talk to me, talk to the camera. If you really want to make a point, you can talk to the camera. Welcome to the living room. Come on in, have a seat, grab something to eat. I'm not a good host right now because I don't have anything for you to eat, but you're going to have a wonderful time today. And so I have one of my best friends with me today. She is my baby sister. I usually call her my little sister, but then she'll tell me really quick, I'm not your little sister, I'm your baby sister. So I want to welcome my little sister.
Thank you.
This is my sister, Diana Marie Litt. Diana Marie Palmer Litt.
Okay.
And she is the youngest of the four Palmer. I know, the four Palmer children. She is the youngest of the four Palmer children. Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. So, we were just talking just now, and we were talking about food. And so, you just made me hungry. I have no idea what I'm hungry for, but we're just going to talk about friendship and about, in French, you know, with friends you can talk about anything.
Right.
So, what are you cooking today when you go home?
I'm going to do something really quick, and I'm fixing tacos for my family. Something quick, tacos.
Hey guys, I'm listening to that echo. So you're cooking tacos?
Yes.
Okay, I like soft shell tacos, but I don't like hard shell tacos. And okay, this is something new. So I don't know if I'm supposed to keep on talking, you guys. Okay, keep on talking. Okay, so Sunday is Mother's Day.
Yes.
And what are you doing? Are you cooking, or what are you doing for Mother's Day?
I'm going to cook. My husband actually asked me the other day, he was like, okay, so do you want to cook? Do you want to go out? I'm like, I don't like to go out on occasions because the food is rushed and it doesn't taste like my food. So I'm like, I'm just going to prepare my own meal. He can help me in the kitchen, but I'm going to prepare my own meal. I don't know yet what, but I'm cooking.
Okay. And you know what? I remember so many Mother's Days, actually until about 5 years ago. What I would do is I'd make this big dinner on Saturday. I mean, and then, you know, I always preach the messages on Mother's Day. So I would make the dinner on Saturday, put it in the refrigerator, preach the 2 sermons, come home, warm up the food. And I did that in the same reason, because on Mother's Day, it's first of all, the restaurants are really, really crowded. And then besides them being really crowded, if you go to the Mother's Day buffet, then you can eat then, but then you get home and there's no leftovers.
All right.
So there's nothing to eat. So I think the last time we went to dinner on Mother's Day, the whole family, Jonathan and Jacqueline, they were little kids. They were like Kayla's age. So that's like about 15, probably more than that. Probably about like 18 years since we've gone to a restaurant on Mother's Day.
Wow.
Yeah. So you don't know what you're going to cook.
I don't know what I'm going to cook yet, but it would probably be chicken because that's like my favorite meal.
What kind of chicken?
I think I might try smothering chicken this time.
Smothered chicken.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think I might do some smothered chicken this time.
you know what? Gloria, and Gloria's our oldest sister. Gloria used to make the best. It was called fricassee chicken.
Oh, okay.
Fricassee chicken, and it was really, really great. And I don't know what I'm wanting for Mother's Day this year. The guys usually ask, and then after church, sometimes I'm like, I want some fish. I want this. Usually, I have no idea what I want. It's no different from every day.
Exactly.
I usually just have no idea what I want to eat. I just eat something. And then you know what it's like?
What?
It's like you eat, you don't know what you want.
Right.
And you eat it and it doesn't satisfy that taste. And then you eat something else and that doesn't satisfy. And then, because this has happened to me, and then at the end of the day, I've eaten too much and nothing is satisfied.
But you're full.
Well, but not satisfied.
Right. There's a difference.
Well, you know what? And it's like, it's almost like with Jesus. People looking for Jesus in all the wrong places.
Right.
And so they never get satisfied.
That's true.
Because you know, everything in life you can bring back to the gospel. Okay, so we're going to talk about, oh, wait a minute, before we go there. So have you talked to Mom this week?
Yes, I talked to Mom. I actually sent Mother a gift.
Oh, okay.
She already received.
What'd you
she
get?
wasn't sure who sent it because there wasn't a card attached to it. And I said, Mom, you have to open it up. The card is inside. So I sent her this pretty robe set.
Oh, okay.
So, because Mommy loves lingerie.
I know.
So I sent her a pretty, it's like orange and white, different colors, but really pretty.
That's great.
So,
I know
yeah.
that most of my lingerie has come from you for
Yes.
Christmas. I usually don't even buy lingerie because as a good friend, you know that there's very few things that I'm going to really like,
Exactly.
and so you always get me something that I like. So,
Oh, wait a minute. And then I sent her this. Oh, and I can't tell her. No, I sent her this.
She's not watching right now
she's
because I
not
forgot
watching.
to tell her you were
I
on.
sent Mommy this big card, and I had all the children write something, all of the grandchildren write something on it, and then I had Tamara write something on it, and then I attached a picture under each statement. I attached a picture of them under each one. So when she opens it, she'll see all of her great-grandchildren and her grandchildren.
Well, no, she's not going to see all of her great-grandchildren
Well, she'll
because
see
wait a minute, because I have 4 children.
She'll see my children.
Okay, yeah,
her grandchildren from me.
Okay, because I have 4 children, and I have 3 grandchildren, and one on the way that Carissa calls unknown.
Okay.
Because we still don't know what the baby's going. Corey and Tanaya, you know, with them expecting in September. So Carissa, who is the oldest grandchild, she calls the new baby unknown. So. But that's a great idea. Yeah. I love it. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I'll do it for. I'm going to do. Okay. So. Okay. So you know that when we were growing up. Okay. You know I put Mom through a whole lot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. No, don't you go there. Okay, because you did too.
I did, but not like
Maybe
you.
not like me.
Not
we
like
were
you.
different.
Okay.
I put Mom through a whole lot in the house. Okay. You put Mom through the stuff outside of the house. But when I moved and we went down to Dallas, Texas, God just really, you know, because God was really working on me and my whole heart and soul and everything was just wanting to be everything God wanted me to be. And I can still remember one time I sent Mom some flowers.
Okay.
And on the card, it just said, just because I love you.
Oh.
It was not for a special occasion. I just felt like I needed to thank Mom for being the mother that she had been for so many years.
Wow.
And so I know we're going to talk about friendship, but since Mother's Day is Sunday, let's just talk about Mother's Day and sacrifice for just a second. Tell me, what do you remember the most about growing up?
Oh, my goodness. Mother put me in voice lessons. And so every Saturday, I had voice lessons downtown Joliet. So I would catch the bus or walk downtown, and then I would meet Mommy at Walgreens. No, Woolworths. What was the name of
Woolworths.
that store? I think it was Woolworths.
With that cafe
And they had a
thing?
cafe.
Yeah.
So Mommy would be there at Woolworths waiting for me
Okay.
when I got out of voice lessons.
At the conservatory?
It was downtown Joliet.
Yeah, downtown,
the conservatory.
across the
Yeah, 'cause I had to go up all of those
all
stairs.
those steps. Yeah.
And so she would be waiting for me at Woolworths, and all I would order was a saucer full of fries. And she would order her meal, which was the roast beef, and she would dip it in some sort of sauce.
Oh, you.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And that was just such a precious time because it was just me and Mommy.
Oh,
It was
okay.
just
yeah,
me
because
and
we were
Mommy.
all gone by then.
Yes, we're gone.
Yeah.
So it was just me and Mommy, and that happened literally every Saturday.
Really?
And that was just precious to me.
Now I don't know where you were, but I have similar things with that Woolworths, but it was me, Mom, and Gloria.
Okay.
And some Saturdays, we would. I just thought of something. Wait a minute. So Saturdays, we would go down and we would eat. And I remember I always got the turkey and the mashed potatoes with the turkey gravy.
Mm-hmm.
And so those were good times. But you know what I really remember about Mom? And it's a shame that she can go on and watch this. I'll have Ira show her how to get to this
Okay.
show. I remember coming home from school,
Okay.
Gloria, Mom, and I, and once again, I have no idea where you were.
No, wow.
But we would drink tea and eat Ritz crackers and peanut butter and talk about the day. Do you
Wow.
remember those at all when
I
we were at?
remember the tea with the Ritz crackers.
Ritz crackers and the
Uh-huh.
peanut butter. Okay, and that's when we were at 202, the
Right.
Pink House.
Okay.
The Pink House, after we moved from the garbage house.
Okay. Mama's gonna get you.
No, it wasn't her fault. Remember, we lived in that apartment building when we
upstairs.
first came.
Oh, my God.
And we
You
lived
had a building.
upstairs, and it always
yeah.
was like they were
Oh,
cooking
yeah.
garbage
Oh, yeah.
downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been so many years ago.
Oh,
That's been
wow.
over 50 years ago, so I don't even think that they're alive anymore.
Wow.
But when we moved to the Pink House, that's what we would do after school, and it was so awesome that we just have good memories of just talking about our day. And the other thing I remember about Mom was when our boyfriends would come over, and Mom would come into the living room, and she would sit down like this was her company. And she did this all the time. And
Oh,
a
my
lot of
gosh.
times, Gloria and I, we would just leave out the room and let Mom be there with
Oh, wow.
because the guys loved
Love
it.
Mom.
They loved it. And so for Mom, today, I think a couple other things I'll say about Mom. The sacrifice that she made going back to school. You know, when you went to kindergarten.
I was little.
You were little. You went to kindergarten. I was in 6th grade, and she went back to college. And she went back to college so that we could have a better life. But she went back to college, and it made us really know that that's something that anybody could attain to their dream. No matter what your
Exactly.
dream is, you can attain. And that was her dream.
That was her dream.
And so I remember that. I remember having to take you to school, walk you to school. I remember the time that we got to school and she decided, okay, let me just tell you guys about my little sister.
Okay.
And like I said, we're in the living room, so we're just talking about memories right now. And Mother's Day. And sacrifices. And so I walked her to school. She was in kindergarten, little obstinate, little stubborn, beautiful little girl though. I mean, she was, you know, we were so proud of our little sister. We didn't think anybody looked as beautiful as our little sister. But anyhow, you decided you didn't want to go in, as you remember, and you wouldn't go in. The principal came out, you didn't want to go in. And I think Gloria was in a different school. I don't even know how they got. No,
Gloria.
you never did. Well, I think I had to bring you back home.
I don't know if it was you or Gloria, but I did. You just had to take me back
Somebody
home
had-
because you put pants on me, and I did not wear pants. I wanted my dress on, and you all put pants on me.
You still remember that?
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I wasn't going into class, and I didn't go. I cried.
Oh my
and you
gosh.
just had to take me home.
Yeah. So memories. Mom's sacrifice. I love the fact that Mom embraces life.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
embraces life.
Yeah.
Remember what I told Mom? You don't remember this because you weren't born yet. But Mom always talks to us about this, and because I didn't like to talk in the morning.
Okay.
Like, I still don't really like to talk in the morning. I talk to my husband, but then he's the quiet one now. But anyhow, Mom wakes up singing.
Singing, yes.
Literally singing.
Yes.
Mom wakes up singing, and she wakes up happy.
Really happy.
I mean, it's like, I believe in happiness too, but come on.
Yeah.
Anyhow, but Mom says I was about like 5 or 6 years old, and Mom was talking one morning and just talking. It was early in the morning, and Mom says I looked at her and I says, "Mommy, nobody wants to be talking this early in the morning." And so I just love that about
my
Mom,
God.
that she just seriously, she embraces life. She and there are some women that actually remind me of Mom.
Oh, okay.
If Mom lived out here and Karen Joy's mom lived out here together,
okay.
they would be like
Yeah.
two peas in the
really
pod, because both of them are the same way. They love life, and everybody loves these two ladies.
They're lovable.
They really are. And the other thing with Mom is how she has really wanted us seriously to better ourselves.
Right.
You live in a beautiful house because you weren't content to just be in the apartment. The apartment was beautiful that you were in, but it can't touch the house that you're in.
Right. I agree.
Okay. So,
That's God.
okay. So, any other thing that you would say about Mom with the sacrifice that she's made, or even a memory with when Mom was your principal?
No, Mom wasn't my principal. She was my teacher.
She's your teacher.
Oh my gosh! Never go into a classroom where your mother is a teacher. So I wasn't prepared because I hadn't studied. Mommy called on me because I was talking, and Mommy called on me, and I looked at her and said, "Why are you calling on me in front of everybody?" And she says, "Answer the question." Well, I couldn't answer the question because I hadn't studied. Oh, but I was mad. I was mad at Mommy.
You and Denise had Mom as teachers. I personally am really happy. You know what, though? I don't know if I would have minded Mom being my teacher. Because, in school, because I was a homework person.
Mm-hmm.
I never didn't do my homework. I always did my homework. And it was very important for me to get all A's and B's. And so, but I'll tell you
what? There was something when Mom had to take the bus to Pittsburgh. She took me with her one day.
Oh, really?
She took me out of school and she allowed me to go with her one day. And what Mommy did every morning on the chalkboard, she would draw. And so when she put her name up there, but then she would draw just a pretty picture on the chalkboard for her students. And I could still remember that because she was a very good artist.
Yes, I definitely remember that.
But that was special. That was special.
I remember so many times, after a while we stopped, I remember so many times asking Mom, what does this word mean? What does this word mean? And she would always say, go look it up. And I would be so mad. I'm like, why can't you just tell me, what does this word mean? And then but you know what? It taught all of us, no, don't depend upon your mom to do everything. And I'm going to segue this.
Okay.
Because I think that nowadays that's one of the challenges that young people have, that they think their mom is Superman, Superwoman rather, and they will ask their mom to do something even before they ask God, because true. Mom has become everything. And so I like that era where at least with our mom,
right,
where she was saying, no, look it up yourself. And self-sufficient. When I was in 6th grade, I still remember, because, we didn't have a lot of money. But by the time you came along and you grew up, we had more.
Right.
But when I remember, I had 2 blouses and 2 skirts, and I wore those every other day. So every night I would wash this one blouse. And now why I didn't wash the one blouse and already have one ironed, I have no idea. But I just remember every morning getting up early. Yeah, I ironed this blouse and I put this red plaid skirt on. And the next day I washed that next other blouse and I put that on. And
Oh,
yeah, you didn't have to
I'm
do
glad
all
I'm
of
the
that.
baby.
I remember you complaining because you had to load the dishwasher.
well, yeah.
And we didn't eat a dishwasher. We had no idea. Wait a minute. What is a dishwasher? We thought you had it off so good.
I did.
Yes, you did. The
really
youngest
did.
child always does. The youngest child always
really
does. And so I appreciate Mom.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Tilly.
I want you to get her, Mom.
So, anyhow, and so we know that I know you're getting ready to fly to Illinois to get Mom, and you guys are going to come out here,
Right.
and she's going to come and she's going to stay for till the end of July.
I think she's staying till the end of July.
Yeah, because she's going to stay for the wedding.
Right.
Yes, and so and before we get to friendship, what time is it? Before we get to friendship, since we're in the living room, I know that your daughter, my niece, is
Yes.
about to get married.
Yes.
And so I talked to her and told her I would get her the Flower Girl basket and the ring bearer pillow.
I have both of
You already
those.
got those. And something told me, do not. I was going to go on Amazon and just order them. And I said, you know what? Let me talk to Diane before I do this so that I make sure you hadn't done it.
Right.
Okay, so,
yeah.
Okay, so, yeah. So are you doing a lot for the wedding?
I told her I'm going to help her out.
Okay.
But yeah, when I go there next month, then I'll be able to go to the venue to actually see it.
Okay, but you
She
looked
showed
at
me
it
the
online.
pictures. But I looked at it online. It's really pretty.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
well. She
it's-
told me it was
it's
really,
really
pretty.
pretty.
Yeah, she told me that. So I'm looking forward to it.
So I'm helping her pick out stuff. So yeah.
Okay, so you're helping her pick up stuff. And
She's going to go over the menu with you. She says. that
okay,
she'll
yeah,
go
I
over
told her I'd
menu
look
with
at the
you.
menu. Wait a minute. So I'm talking to her on the phone yesterday, and she's like, Auntie, I'm stressing out a little. I'm like, Crystal, I said, your mom and I both have done weddings for years. Why would you be stressing out? I'm like, I almost told her what Mom told me.
What?
Okay, when I got ready to get married, and you know, I've been married 48 years now.
Wow.
48 years we've been married. When we were getting ready to get married, I got to pick out my colors. My colors were red and white. And I had seen in this comic book called Millie the Model.
Okay.
You wouldn't remember
No.
that. But they had
that we wore.
ear, whatever you call it.
The hand.
Yeah.
Muffs.
Hand muffs, whatever.
You put your hands
And I just said, I want that. And literally, those two, the colors,
That was it.
the ear muffs, and I got to pick my own gown because I was out here. That's it. And I was talking to Mom one day. And I asked Mom something about the wedding, and she said, you just come home and get married. This is my wedding.
And it was her wedding.
and it was. And it was beautiful.
And it was beautiful. It
And
was
so,
beautiful.
but once again, so I started to tell that to Crystal, but in the same way that Mom had that thing laid, and you know, our wedding was huge. We had 800 people at the wedding and 1,000 at the reception.
It was huge.
I didn't know most of the people
Right.
at the wedding or at the reception. But that was Mom and Dad. When you marry the pastor's,
Yes.
the pastor's son, and your mom and dad are socially connected
Yes.
with every social club in Joliet, you're going to have that. So
Basically all of Joliet, but yeah.
yes, seriously. So, okay, so we've talked, and like I said, this is the living room. I told you, Diana is my surprise guest today.
Yes.
She did not know she was going to be on the show. And so my regular co-host, Michelle, she got detained, and I told her, that's okay, because my little sister is at the church. She was here when I walked in. She doesn't know it, but she's going to be my guest on the living room. And it's good because, and I told you, I said, we're going to talk just like we're at the house.
Okay.
Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about what we were going to talk about today was friendship. So I'm going to ask you, what is the difference between a sister and a friend? Or is there a difference between a sister and a friend? I'm asking you this because as my sister, you know, like there's like no ministry project I do for the last umpteen years that you haven't been like right beside me. Okay, because I started voluntolding you.
Yes, you have.
But now you just know. I don't have to voluntold you anymore. You know that you are voluntold.
Voluntold, wow.
Yeah, but it's awesome that even though you're my sister, you're still my friend, my little sister. So there are some differences in there. But I want to ask you, can you think of anything?
There are some differences. I have a very good close friend, Cynthia.
Cynthia,
still in Joliet.
Still in Joliet.
Actually, she was here a couple weeks ago.
Cynthia was here?
Yeah, she came. She
For
came
how long?
briefly. She came to my house for like about maybe half an hour.
Oh, okay, because I was
I
getting
had to
ready
go
to say,
back.
you mean Cynthia was here
She
and
was
you did
here.
not tell? Oh.
She was here. Yeah, she called me and she came by. I was so happy to see her.
And I know you were
my
because, see, for
goodness.
anybody else,
Wow.
and let me just tell you guys about my little sister, okay? Anybody else, if somebody pops in at the last minute, I mean, like, give me like an hour to get the house together. Not her. Her house looks like a model at all times. At all times. So somebody can ring the doorbell, okay? And your house is ready. I admire that about you. But
Thank
go on.
you.
Okay.
So there are things that Cynthia and I have talked about and have done that I wouldn't tell you or Gloria. And definitely not Mom. So no, there are some differences between
When you guys were
best friend-
rebellious?
No, it has nothing to do with being rebellious.
Oh, okay,
It's
just-
some secrets that Cynthia
Okay.
and I shared
Gotcha.
that I
Okay.
wouldn't talk to you or Gloria about.
Oh,
so
I
there
got
are
you.
some differences.
Okay.
Between
Yeah.
even though you and I are friends,
Right.
there's still differences between my friend and my sister friend.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, and I'm grateful to Cynthia and you because I
Yeah.
love that friendship that
Yeah.
after all these years.
Yes. Since the fifth grade.
Since fifth grade.
Since fifth grade.
Was she one of the first people you met when you got to Joliet, or was it
No,
that
she
come
came later.
Okay. So no, I think that a longtime friend like that, and for you guys to be in different cities even,
Different states.
different states. And you know what? I saw this thing, and it said, good friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know they're always
Always there.
there.
Yes.
So that's what I think about you with Cynthia. And because I think I had another saying, this one, because this is me with Ocilia. Okay, there are friends, there is family, and then there are friends that become family. Okay, so like with Celia, and Celia's our cousin, but she's really not our cousin.
Right.
But she became our cousin. She's gone home to be with the Lord now, and I miss her dearly. But Ocilia became my cousin, became our cousin.
Right.
And Ocilia was like one of my absolute best friends
Wow.
until she went home to be with the Lord.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then she got to be really close with Gloria.
Yes.
Yeah. She got to be close with Gloria. And so, I miss Celia. But this is what I was thinking about. One of the differences with your sisters and your friends, but there shouldn't be a difference. Okay, this is one of the differences I'm going to tell my sister that we have. So sometimes you have a friend, you have a sister who's a good friend, and you might have a falling out. But you know eventually, hopefully, you guys are going to come back together and it's going to be forgotten. But too many times with friends, there's a falling out and they never get back together. And you know, you and I sometimes bump heads. We
Right.
don't bump heads like
we
very
used to.
often.
Right.
I mean, actually, I don't think we ever really bumped heads. We've had a couple of times.
Right.
But after a while, we just put it in the back of us and
And move on.
move on. And I think and I really wish that friends, and this is what a true friend is. A true friend is one that even when you have an issue, that you can eventually put that behind you and move on. And so
That's true. But you know, also
what?
with a friend too, you should be able to talk to a friend, and if you see something that they're doing or they're speaking of something that they shouldn't, you should be able to tell that friend that in love without them getting all beside themselves or pushing you to the side or saying, okay, well, you know, this relationship is over. You should be able to talk to them and tell them when you see something that they're doing in their life that it's not good for them.
That's, to me, really a true friend that you can. A true friend is not one that's just with you in the good times and with you in the bad times.
Right.
But when you're wrong, a true friend can tell you. But, okay, this is how I put it. You have to earn the right to criticize.
That's true.
Everybody needs to earn the right to criticize. Well, a true friend, that's part of being a true friend, that you have the right. And they have the right to criticize you.
Right.
But when you can't talk to a friend, or you always got to be pumping them up, or you know, that says something about a true friend. And with you and Cynthia, okay, Cynthia lives in Illinois, you're here. That means you guys aren't always talking.
Exactly.
And that's another sign of a really good friend.
Because sometimes it's months.
Yeah, sometimes, and the same thing with me and Ocelia. I mean, there were times that it would be literally months. I'm gonna go back to that point. I hope I remember it. But it would literally be months. But then Celia got really close to the Lord. I mean, I had spoken on TBN, and I was in the car on my way back, and Ocelia called me, and she had seen TBN that day. She was just flipping and saw it, and we hadn't talked in about, it might have even been like almost a year. And she called me, and I remember us talking in the car all the way back home, and which was because she called me when I first got in the car from Santa Ana. And she had grown so much in the Lord. I was like amazed, absolutely shocked. And so then our friendship even went to another level. And then, you know, when she got cancer, I mean, I walked Celia through a whole lot of stuff. And we just talked. And, okay, so there's this saying, and it says, a true friend is one who knows you so well that they know your song. And when you get so discouraged in life that you can't sing your song, they'll sing your song to you until you can sing it for yourself.
I like that.
Yeah. And that's what
that says a lot.
Yeah, it does say a lot. Okay, so what do you value in a friend?
Someone who's honest.
Okay.
Someone who's genuine.
Genuine, okay.
I don't want nobody who's fake. Someone who's respectful, but someone who's committed to the word friendship. Because, see, that takes you into so many different levels. So I want someone who I know that I can count on. They can count on me. If I call you at 1 o'clock in the morning, you're not going to get mad at me because there must be a reason for me calling you at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
But I want someone who's positive, who's uplifting, who's joyful, not someone who's miserable all the time or who always is criticizing. Or I want somebody who's a lot like me.
Okay, and you really are upbeat. You are upbeat. And I remember I was telling somebody about you one day, and I said, my little sister is so sweet. She is so nice. I want to be like her. And they told me, you're nice too, but you are really nice, feisty.
I can be.
You can be feisty, but that just means you have a mind.
I have a mind of my own.
You know who you are.
Right. And
this is what I was going to say a minute ago. If your friend knows who they are, you don't have to be with them all the time. I am not a person it's hard for me to have a needy friend. Now, if somebody is crying, I mean, I'll drop everything for my friend. I mean, everything. But just to get on the phone and have to shoot the breeze, that's not like me.
Right.
So I admire loyalty. I think loyalty is like almost everything. Not to the point that just because I don't like somebody, you don't have to like them. Because we were talking about that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. With mommy. Yeah. know that we're older.
This is an inside joke, you guys. Okay, so when we were growing up, we won't say any names. Okay, there was this lady in our town. Actually, there were two of them.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but I'm just talking about the one right
okay.
now. There was this lady in our town, and she did not like my mom. Okay, mom we might have been poor, but my mom was polished.
Yes.
She was always polished, okay? And people looked at that and they would say, she's stuck up. No, she had an image.
She did.
Of what she wanted to portray to us, to her girls especially. Anyhow, so she didn't like my mom and my mom didn't like her. And as a result, she had a daughter.
Uh-huh.
So we didn't like her and we didn't like her daughter.
That's right.
Yeah.
And me and her daughter had a fight.
I remember that. You and the daughter having a fight. And, wait a minute, I got to go back to Denora for a second. Okay. Friendship.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And love, because a true friend loves you.
Yeah.
A true friend knows your faults.
Right. But still loves you.
But still loves you in spite of
That's
your
right.
faults.
That's right.
But this has nothing to do with this. Okay. Because I was picturing the street where they live, and I still remember when Ellsworth, you came home because Ellsworth had I don't know.
No,
if
he ran
you
into me with his bike.
with his bike,
and I had to go to the hospital.
and and you came home crying, and I remember Eugene and I. We went looking for Ellsworth, and we looked for Ellsworth until it got dark. And Ellsworth and tiny little Denora, he was able to hide from us, which is a good thing, because we were going to beat him down. Anyhow, so anyhow, loyalty is something that I totally admire. Loyalty, so needy friends.
Yeah.
If you got to go to lunch all the time and I got to be on the phone.
Yeah, I can't do that.
No, I can't do that. And
and someone who's not jealous.
oh my God.
Oh my goodness, I can't deal with that because I'm not a jealous person. What God has for you is for you. What God has for me is for me. But I can't deal with people who are jealous.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. And it's a shame because over the years, I know myself and I know so many women that simply do not want other women in their homes looking at what they have, and then they don't get that concept. God is not a respecter of persons.
Oh my gosh.
What God has for you, He has for you.
That's right.
What God has for me, He has for me. And it's not just stuff. Sometimes it's talents.
Yes.
You
That's
know,
right.
Valerie and I, we tease all the time. Valerie is my husband's younger sister. Her and Diane are about the same age. Valerie can blow.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Valerie
Yes, she can.
get up here and can sing.
Yes, she can.
Okay, but Valerie and I tease sometimes because I'll tell her, woof, if I could sing like you. And then she'll turn around and she'll say, if I could teach like you, if I could teach that Bible like you. And then she always tells me the same thing. She says, I still remember when you did the sermon on the woman with the issue of blood, and I could actually smell that woman.
Wow.
So we both, we admire each other. I admire her gift.
One another.
Yeah, but it's a different thing. I admire your marriage. I mean, I've admired you and John forever. I mean, seriously.
Wow.
God really blessed you.
He has really blessed us.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
He really, really has.
I have an awesome husband.
Yes, yeah, we know. Remember that song? Don't mess with Bill.
Oh, that's right.
No. Don't mess with Bill.
Leave my Billy alone.
Don't mess with Bill.
Because John is mine, oh mine.
That's right. That's the thing. Don't mess with John. No. Okay. Anyhow, so for me, loyalty is big. Like I said, and I truly will not hang out with gossips.
Right.
I mean, there are some really close people to me that I've had to just tell them. I get really quiet when somebody starts talking. I mean, I'm like, I mean, I clam up.
Yeah.
And then I just have had, honestly, that's none of my business. So that's one. I like to hang around ladies that seriously love their husbands. Okay, because both of our, a really good friend that we both have is Donna Banks.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and so, and that's like a triangle because we're all, Donna loves Rob, I love Chuck, you love John, and I want to be around people like that.
Right.
What kind of people what kind of people are you drawn to? You said happy people. Anything else?
I'm just drawn to people who, like I said, that I have something in common with, but people who enjoy life.
Do you have
Who
any
enjoy
people
life.
in your life that, I mean, as soon as you saw them, there was like a connection? I mean, you didn't have to, some people you grow in friendship, but then there was like an instant connection. Do you have anybody in your life like that?
Not an instant connection.
But okay.
We had to grow.
Grow.
Yeah, actually it was a growth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because over the
Yeah.
years I've had the opportunity. I've looked at who I'm drawn to. Okay, so like one of my long-term friends, and you know her, Crystal Clark.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Crystal Carpenter now.
Right.
But I can still remember I spotted Crystal at the Loveland Academy. The first day Loveland Academy was opening.
Okay.
And they had the teachers come. I mean, the parents come. And we were in the modular. Remember the modular we used to have? And I was in one part, and she was like across the modular. And we kind of connected. And Crystal's been my friend ever
Wow.
since. Crystal is really up.
Yeah, she
She's
is.
up.
She is.
Tracy Bennett. She's
Okay.
up. Donna is just up and crazy. Okay.
But she's for real.
She is for real. And that's you know what? So I was talking to Donna the other day, and I actually called her because I needed her to do something for me. And okay, so I've been doing my Mary Kay,
Right.
but I haven't been doing my Mary Kay. So in April, you don't even know this, because I didn't tell you. So in April, I was on probation. I'm on probation in April, and again on May, because I'm a
Okay.
director, and if you're going to be a director, you got to be a director.
right.
You got to help your team, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So, what you think about, you bring about. So I made up my mind. They called me, Mary Kay Corporate. They called me. They said, well, you got to do your team production. So we made our team production in April because, I mean, you know me, when I put my mind to something,
Right,
it's
you
going to
do
take
it,
place.
yeah.
Okay, so we made it. But now I got to do it again in May. And I didn't want to slip back. I'd gotten in some good Mary Kay habits. So I called Donna on the phone the other day. I said, Donna, I need you this month. I need you to keep me accountable because, and I told her, and this is what I basically told her. I said, because you're not one of those people that I know that's going to mince your words.
Exactly.
Because that's not Donna.
That's not
Donna is going to say what she needs to say. And she started talking to me and telling me, you got to do this and you got to do this. And I'm listening. I'm like, woo, did I unleash the storm or what? But I know Donna will call me. I said, just call me once a week.
Yeah.
And if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, then, get on my case. And that's a good friend because everybody needs somebody. I'm the pastor's wife, and I have a lot of really great, great friends. I mean, seriously, I have a lot of great friends. But Donna's in a category by herself.
Yes, she is.
Because she's going to be a good friend, but she's going to be a friend like, you know what?
She's going to tell you how it is.
She's going to tell you how it is. But now I'm just thinking about some of my other friends. And if you think about some of your friends, just kind of chime in. But like my friend Kim Atlas called me today, and I hadn't been on the phone with Kim in a while. And so I was asking her, are you coming to church? And she was telling me why she wasn't. And I said, okay, this reason is good. This reason is not. And I mean, seriously, Kim is like close to my, do you know who Kim is? I don't, I have to show you her Sunday because she's coming to church on Sunday because I told her, I'm like, no, I said, I need you. I need you to come. I need some volunteers. That's another sign of a good friend.
Yeah. Like Karen Moore is my friend.
I know you and Karen have been friends.
Me and Karen Moore since GWC days when I was over the speaker hostesses.
Yep.
And Karen was like right there by my side.
Okay.
And that's when our friendship developed.
Okay.
And And then with with James, when he was a little boy, she like just took him under her umbrella.
Right.
Her and her husband Calvin, and they really helped out with James.
Right.
But Karen was someone who we could just talk to, call each other on the phone, bounce back. With her, she does a lot of decorating. So I would help her out sometimes when she would be decorating at different engagements. But she's just someone who I can count on, and she can
Right.
count on me. Yeah.
And that's okay, which is what I was getting ready to say. You and Karen have sacrificed for each other.
Exactly.
And a friend that you can count on is, friends are so far and few
They are.
and
I don't have a
between.
lot of friends.
I don't have a lot of. Let's put it this way: you can have like this circle, and then you have this,
Right.
and then you have that,
Right.
and you have that. So I might not have a lot of
Close.
intimate friends, but I
yes.
do have some friends that they will be there for me
Right.
no matter what.
Right.
And I have friends that you know what, especially when you're in church.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can be in church, and for me, okay, there have been people that I thought really just didn't care for me,
Mm-hmm.
and then I found out later that they love me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm thinking now to friends that have grown on me. So like Karen Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Karen Jones is a good friend who I would have never really put with me.
Mm-hmm.
But Karen Jones has a love for the Word of God, like, seriously, very, very few people. And that draws me to Karen. There's somebody else I was going to tell you. Rochelle Harper. Okay.
She's a sweetie.
She is such a sweetie, but for years I didn't think Rochelle even liked me. Seriously, I don't even know why. And then about 4 or 5 years ago, something happened, and Rochelle and I ended up in this class. And I talked to Rochelle like all the
Wow.
time.
Wow.
I mean, I talked to her all the time. And there was one more person and I'll tell you somebody else that I've always liked, but the longer I've been around them, and I was just telling her this yesterday, Karen Joy. Karen and I have, I've liked her.
Right.
But lately, when I'm around, now that we're at the church all the time, sometimes the more you get to know somebody,
That's true.
the more you like them.
That's true.
And then sometimes, the more you get to know somebody,
The more you want Ken to keep away.
the more you like, I'll be your
Yeah.
long distance
Exactly.
friend.
Exactly.
And so when you find somebody like that, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I wanted to read a couple more of these things. True friends are never apart, maybe in distance, but never in heart.
That's right.
Okay, never apart, maybe in distance, but never in heart. Let's see. Because of you, I laugh a little harder, cry a little less, and smile a lot more. I think there's something called the ministry of the smile. So, true friends, okay. I think a true friend, I think you kind of hit on this a little bit ago, but I think a true friend, you can tell them anything. That's what you're talking about with you and Cynthia. You can tell them anything. I mean, even when it's not even something that they probably need to rebuke you for. You shouldn't be doing that or doing that.
Right.
But they don't think bad of
Right.
you because they know you're just having a moment.
Right.
And so,
And a true friend is someone who, if they are going through something, they know they can call on you
Yeah.
for support.
yeah.
So regardless to their situation, you're going to be there for them, and you're
Yeah.
going to give them support.
I totally agree. I was looking at this list of things I had. I talked about Mom, but for just a second, I have to say something about Mom Brewington because Mom Brewington was that mother friend for me, the other mother. And I've told so many people and I miss Mom Brewington like, gosh, I can't believe she's gone home to be with the Lord. But I remember telling so many people, you need to find a Mom Brewington. And what is a Mom Brewington? That's somebody that you can talk to no matter what's going on in your life. And even if you cuss, they will not think that you're on your way to hell.
Exactly.
They will not think that you're this crazy person. And so, I think that's I've been doing more mentoring lately to some of the younger girls, and I always let them know. Sometimes I have to let them know a little bit about how we grew up. So, because people they look at you, they look at me, they have no idea the world we grew up in. You probably don't remember that world that
Yeah,
much.
it was different from you and Gloria than with me.
Yeah, I mean, you all didn't grow up having to go down to the Legion and look at all the drunk people.
No.
And how old were you when we moved to Joliet?
I was going on 8. I turned 8 that July.
Ah, okay. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So I don't remember all of that.
You were
I just
going,
don't
really?
remember.
Okay,
I
well,
remember all of
that's
that.
that. And you know what? I do remember it, and so does
Yeah.
Gloria, and we have a good time talking, and I'm happy about that. I was counseling someone maybe about a year or so ago, and they didn't have any idea how we had grown up with. I was telling her, I said, listen, I grew up with a full bar in my house from the time. I never, ever, ever remember not having a full bar. And you shouldn't either, because even when Dad went on to be with the Lord, there was still a full bar downstairs.
Yeah, they had,
Yeah,
Mom
but
and
Dad
were-
wasn't
they had
getting
parties
drunk
a
or
lot.
nothing like that, or he wasn't even getting high.
But
by
he
that
wasn't
time.
doing
He had
that,
totally
yeah.
settled down, and but I'm glad I grew up in that world. I'm glad that when we went to Denora, we had to go down to the Legion or to the Elks to see our relatives. Now you remember that though.
When I get older.
When you got older, when we got
Because when we would go back and forth, I was still too young.
you were still too young. Yeah, but we were older. So
Yeah.
Gloria and I, when we want to see our cousins, go down to
Wow.
to the Elks or go to go to the Legion, and the Legion burned down.
Oh,
And then we went to the Elks. I was telling somebody the other day,
what?
379-9934, 379-9944.
Those were our numbers?
That's the number to the Elks, and that's the number to the Legion.
Wow. Oh, wow. You remember those numbers?
9934 is number to the Legion. 9944 is number to the Elks.
Oh, my goodness.
But that's okay, because for me, I was able to tell the girl that I was talking to, like this is quite some time ago. I'm like, I'm not going to look down on you. That's my relatives. And so it teaches you. It's like Joseph in the Bible. In the Bible, I've told people so many times, God allowed Joseph to be accused of rape, which he didn't do it, but he still went to prison.
Yeah.
An innocent man in prison. God allowed Joseph to be a slave. Okay. God allowed Joseph to basically just live like I said, he was a slave for a long time. He had to work his way up the ladder. Then he went to prison for rape, and now he's in prison for a number of years. I've said God allowed that to take place in Joseph's life, not just for Joseph to learn the administrative part so that he could do the job, but when Joseph got high and he's second to the king, the only Pharaoh is Joseph would never look down
That's right.
on anybody.
That's right.
He would have never looked down on anybody because he had been a slave.
right.
He had been a
That's right.
convicted criminal.
Yeah.
I mean, without even a trial. Anyhow, and so I have great memories of the North. And then we had some holy family too. I don't want people thinking
That's right, because
everybody.
Mommy
in the
took us to church every Sunday.
Every Sunday we went to church. And you know what? Number 5505, and we're going to sing the first, the second, and the fourth verse. And I don't know why they always skip the third verse.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it was harder for them to memorize. I don't know.
I don't know, but we had the hymn books, and that's all we
Yeah.
sang at First Baptist.
yes.
We
Yield not to temptation.
yield not to temptation. I mean, seriously, that's
Yeah.
all we sang. And I wish that our young people today
Yeah.
could just hear the gospel
Yeah.
and those songs. Some of them need to write some rap songs with those
Regarding
hymns.
those, yeah.
With those hymns. Okay, so let's see. Do I have anything else that I had this one. Okay, conversations, because we only have 5 minutes. Actually, 3 minutes. Conversations may be short and silence long, but friendship makes for life's most beautiful song. A good friend does leave joy in your heart. I mean, a real good friend. And like I said, we've only just scratched the surface. A good friend is one that's there for you.
Mm-hmm.
A good friend is one that will sacrifice for you. Michelle and I, we were going to talk about David and Jonathan, and I definitely don't have their time to tell their story. But there's one piece of this story with David and Jonathan that I think shows a really good friend. Jonathan was in line to be the next king because his dad Saul was the king. But God had selected David to be the king. And there's a point where Jonathan is protecting David from his dad who wants to kill David. And Jonathan is telling David, David, God has selected you to be number one, to be the king, and I'm going to be your number two. See, that's a really good friend when you're willing to be number two.
That's right. And
they're the ones that are really, really, and they're the ones that God has. What if God gives them a Mercedes and gives you bus pass? Okay. True friend. Okay, and I had this one. Okay. With you, I can be honest and lay my heart bare. That's a good friend. And this is the last one. I don't know how I can say thank you to a friend who understands all the things I never say and never says anything I don't understand. Okay, because there are friends like that. You don't have to say anything.
That's
true. Linnell Roussell's a good one for me. Okay, Linnell and I, we get on the phone and we're talking business. Linnell's a business friend.
She is.
She's primarily business. Linnell and I can move the world when it comes down. I mean, we did God's Women's Conference
you did for a number of years.
Over 30 years.
Yeah.
But she said she dealt with the things and I dealt with the people. And it worked for us.
And it worked together.
It worked for us. So any final words on friendship and...
I would just say that a genuine friend is lifetime.
Oh, that's good.
A friend is not like the weather. She's not fair weather.
Ooh.
She is someone who you can really depend upon, count on, a shoulder to cry on, but someone who has sympathy for others, empathy for others, and just someone who is just there.
Yeah.
A sister.
Yep. A sister. A real friend is a sister. Remember the retreat we had, and we got those jackets.
Yes.
My sister, my friend. And so going back to mom and ending with mom. So will you call mom the day before, or will you call her on Mother's Day?
I will call her on Mother's Day.
Okay. And for me, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I got from mom. Okay, because mom called me about 2 weeks ago, and and I actually bought this stuff to show you what I got, mom. So mom called me a couple of weeks ago, and she said, I'm out of all my Mary Kay. I need everything. So I sent mom like about $700 worth of Mary Kay. And I'm going to let you see a couple of these. So this is, and I'm saying this because there might be somebody out there, you're looking for something for Mother's Day for your mother. And I want you to put a little bit of that cream on. That's our brand new body care set. And by the way, if you need something, you can go to godswoman.com, godswoman.com, click on more, and then click on, doesn't that smell great?
That has a nice fragrance to it.
You know what? I cannot, but when I smelled that, godswoman.com, click on more, then click on Mary Kay, or just go to godswoman.com, and sometimes Mary Kay shows up. So this is a two-part set. That's a two-part set. So I sent her that.
Nice.
I sent mom, I forgot the brushes. You do makeup. They just came out with this. Why somebody didn't come out with this a long time ago? This is for your makeup brushes.
Oh, wow.
You just put them in. I'll just have to do an ink pen. You just put it in there like this, and all your makeup brushes stand up.
That's neat.
This is
that's neat.
Awesome. So I'm getting some. Oh, okay. Well, I'll get you one of these for Mother's Day. Yeah, this is awesome because I have learned after all these years and Donna's tutoring to do my eyes. You see my eyes?
Yeah. But your makeup is always flawless.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's another point of a friend. A friend doesn't mind giving a friend a compliment. And then I'll give you a compliment. I just admire everything about you. Okay, God bless the whole world. No.
Okay, then.
Okay, anyhow, so I got her this, and because Mom has more dry skin, and what is this thing called, in case somebody wants it? This is the makeup something, the brush organizer. I just go show you a couple other things and the brush organizer comes with this eye blending brush. And Michelle and I are going to do something on the living room one day. We're going to get Michael in here, and we're going to actually do Michael, because Michael can do makeup like nobody.
Wow.
So the eye blending brush comes with this. I think it's like $22, which is a great gift. Okay, for people with dry skin, I said, Mom, the Intense Moisturizing Cream.
Okay.
You would love this, by the way. You really would.
Okay, because I use the night moisturizer.
This is the best moisturizer you will ever use. But my friend Linda Cumberland, that's another one of my excellent, real good friends. She uses the oil mattifier because Linda's skin is super oily.
Oh, oily.
Super oily. And let me see. Oh, I sent Mom so much stuff. The last thing I'm going to just say on this. And I'm going to give you a couple of these things. Because the goal is, seriously, you haven't seen me without my makeup because we don't live together.
Right.
My skin looks almost exactly like this without makeup.
Oh, okay.
I mean, seriously, a lot of times I'm like, why are you putting makeup on? My skin is so even. But I'm going to give you this. The tone correcting serum. This will, over a period of time, seriously, that will even your skin out.
Oh, okay.
And then this is the replenishing serum C plus E. I'm going to give you this. So use that and do that.
Oh, okay.
These are things that, seriously, I love giving people beautiful skin. So these are some of the things I sent to Mom. And if you need any of those, just go to godswoman.com. Click on Mary Kay, click on more, go right to my site, because I'm on probation again this month.
And get this one.
Yeah.
Sparkling Cherry Body Lotion. It smells good.
Yeah, like I said, because I'm on probation again this month, so every order counts. No pressure though, seriously. And I think we're going to be good. So at the end of this, Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Actually, let's look at the middle camera.
The middle what?
At the middle camera, and on 3, we're going to say Happy Mother's Day to Mom. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Happy Mother's Day,
Mom. She calls you Mommy. I call you Mom. We love you. And for all of the mothers of Loveland, and Mom Daniel, Mom White, and I shouldn't have started saying stuff. Mom Henderson, Mom Rucker, and I can't think. Sister C. Happy Mother's Day to all of you all.
Yes.
And even if I didn't call your name, that's okay, because you're in my heart.
Yes.
And my heart smiles when I think about you. Okay, so we're going to see you next week on the living room. Thank you so much for being my guest. And Happy Mother's Day to you. And enjoy cooking.
Thank you. Matter of fact, I should get home so that I can.
I know. That's what I was talking about. Enjoy your tacos. Okay, we'll see you guys. Bye. All right. Okay.